This is Murano.
Alors ici à Murano, on va visiter une verrerie pour voir comment on souffle les verres et comment on fait les petites sculptures. Il y aura aussi un guide à l'intérieur. Après la visite de la verrerie, vous aurez un peu de temps libre. Vous pourrez aussi visiter la belle église de Santa Maria Donato qui remonte au XIIe siècle. Il y a de belles mosaïques à l'intérieur en style vénéto-byzantin. Alors de la verrerie, ça suffit que vous longez les canals pour aller jusqu'à l'église, sont 5 minutes à pied.
We arrived to Murano. This is the boat. This is Murano. Came here to see the demonstration of making the glass in Murano. This is the factory of the glass in Murano. It's very hot here because there is a oven. Yeah, food. It's a big coop. They're gonna make demonstration, show us how they do the glass. See the guys over there. The origins of glass making in Venice go back to the times of the Roman Empire, when molded glass was used for illumination in bathhouses.
Massimiliano è uno dei 12 maestri che regolarmente lavorano qui, assieme a 7 aiutanti. Adesso gentilmente ci farà un piccolo vasetto applicando tecnica antica con la soffio. For the English-speaking people, good morning to everybody and welcome to our glass factory. This is Mr. Massimiliano. Massimiliano is one of the 12 artists that regularly work here, besides 7 helpers. Who's going to make us a flower vase, applying the ancient techniques that Venetian people usually blow glass. Guten Morgen an der Seite. Es gibt eine deutsche Sprecherdeute hier. Da ist Massimiliano. Das ist einer der 12 Künstler, die hier normalerweise arbeiten. Wir uns eine kleine Wundervase machen mit der alten Technik, im mundgeblasenen Glas. Wird immer die gleichen Werkzeuge arbeiten, Zangen, Scheren und Glasrohre. Nur die Ofen zuvor ist geändert mit Methangas heute.
Blending Roman experience with the skills learned from the Byzantine Empire and trade with the Orient, Venice emerged as a prominent glass manufacturing center as early as the 8th century. One of the earliest furnaces for glass on Venetian island, dating from the 8th century, was discovered by archaeologists in 1960.
The alimentation of the killed by methane gas, city gas, nowadays. Natürlich, der Künstler muss immer sehr schnell arbeiten, sonst die Glasmassen auch sehr schnell stark werden. In 2-3 Minuten ungefähr.
By the late 1200s, the production of glass objects of the finest quality was the city's major industry, as confirmed by the establishment of the Glassmakers Guild that laid out rules and regulations for the craftsmen. The purpose of the guild was to safeguard the secrets of the trade and ensure the profitability of the industry. In line with these objects, in 1271 law prohibited the importation of foreign glass or the employment of foreign glass workers. Artisans working in the glass trade were well rewarded for their efforts. They had a privileged social status, and the daughters were allowed to marry into the wealthiest and noblest of Venetian families. By applying this clever approach, the Venetian government ensured that the glassmakers encouraged their offspring to carry on the trade, and that trade secrets stayed in the families and fueled creative processes leading to innovation and further success. This, along with Venice's convenient location at the crossroads of trade between East and West, gave Venice monopoly power in manufacturing and selling quality glass throughout Europe that lasted for centuries.
case already crystallized, and the piece must be cut off from the iron pipe, stick it upside down in order to warm up again the end for working. Natuurlijk, ja, zoeken moesten nog eenmaal errichten. Per ottenere distinti colori si aggiungono degli ossi minerali, ad esempio di cobalto per il blu, manganese per l'ametista, il cadmio per il giallo.
Venetian glass reached the peak of its popularity in the 15th and 16th centuries. In the 15th century, Master Angelo Barovier discovered the process of producing a clear glass, cristallo, that allowed Murano glassmakers to become the only producers of mirrors in Europe.
Cadmio for yellow. Only for the red, we change, we use liquid gold. That's why usually red pieces cost more than all the other kinds.
In addition, the popularity of Chinese porcelain among European nobility fueled the discovery and production of the white glass mimicking porcelain, latimo.
Nur für die rote Farbe verwenden wir flüssiges Gold. So ist es, die rote Ware kosten normalerweise etwas mehr als die andere.
Starting from the 17th century, Murano glass entered the period of gradual decline as Venetian power grip on trade routes and its importance as a major center of commerce began to vanish. So did its monopoly power in glassmaking.
Una volta plasmato il pezzo deve essere posto all'interno della fornace a tempera per circa 24 ore. Raffreddando lentamente a una temperatura di 600 gradi. Sobald das Stück fertig ist, muss in die andere Ofen zu abkühlen, ungefähr 24 Stunden vor einer Temperatur ungefähr 600 Grad bis Zimmertemperatur in einem Tag.
In the 18th century, the decline continued and was aggravated by worsening political climate and increased competition from the glassmakers in Bohemia and France. Some new techniques were introduced, such as engraving on glassware and mirrors, but they did not make visible impact. The industry shrunk drastically with Napoleon's conquest of Venice in 1797 and his abolishment of all of the Venice's guilds, including the glassmakers. In the beginning of the 20th century, the master glassmakers of Murano were reproducing classical styles and rediscovering ancient techniques, which was evident at Murano and Venice exhibition of choice glass and glass objects staged in the 1895 inside Murano City Hall. The year 1895 was also the time of the first Venice Biennale exhibition, where new works of art in avant-garde and Art Nouveau styles were showcased. In 2022, glassmakers on the Venetian island of Murano, who have struggled during the decline in tourists caused by the pandemic, are looking for ways to make a comeback. Murano. Murano.
spostarsi un po' a causa della malaria, ma soprattutto perché Venezia divenne porto e centro commerciale della laguna e dell'Adriatico.
In the beginning, glass factories were mainly on the island of Venice. However, after one too many fires caused by glass factories in Venice, the local government prohibited the use of ovens for industrial production in the city of Venice. Since then, glass factories were moved to the island of Murano. A part of the Murano glass production did remain and still exists in Venice. In fact, some artisans create small Murano glass crafts through the torching technique, which doesn't require an oven. Therefore, those glass artisans could continue working in Venice.